It's the 28th of December and I just got off the train in Aalborg, Denmark. Even though it looks dark here, it's actually 9 o'clock in the morning, and one of the lads will be picking me up for a game of Flames of War at the Tin Soldier Club, which they call the Tin Soldaten. So I'm here in the Tin Soldaten's clubhouse, which they rent from the city for about $200 a year, which is a bit of a bargain. We just set up the terrain. We're playing a scenario, the Battle of Lafayette Causeway, Americans versus Germans. This is just some of the terrain and miniatures they have here in the clubhouse. They also have a stock of drinks and snacks, and they pick these up in Germany because it's a lot cheaper, and then they make a little bit of a profit. So that's the room, and being good Danes, before they fight, they're going to have breakfast, which consists of some buns and coffee, and they've got some more cakes for later on. At the end of turn one, the Germans have dug in here, near the objective. They've also got another objective there, but they're trying to come out. The British pair is holding this bridge here with an objective. And we've got Americans and Brits trying to cross through this field and to get either that objective or that one over there. The only casualties was this American aircraft that got shot down by this platoon with all their anti-aircraft machine guns. That's the end of turn 2. We're at the end of turn 2. The Americans are getting across the river here unmolested. The Brit platoon in the middle is almost across the river. They got hit by all the Nebelwerfers back there. But they only lost one stand miraculously. The mortars here, the machine guns here, and the Lightning aircraft, B-47 Thunderbolts. Wreaked havoc on this German platoon here, killed many stands, pinned them, and so they're not going anywhere. So we're going to go on to turn 3. It's now the end of turn 3. The Americans are pushed across the river. You can hear the Danish Germans in the background. This platoon got hit by a bunch of Nebelwerfers, again only losing one stand. Then they opened fire at the sniper in that building and miraculously killed him. The heavy machine guns in here, and also the aircraft routed the Panzer Grenadier platoon, the SS Panzer Grenadier platoon. All that's left here is a couple of recce stands, so I don't think there'll be much bomb in the next little while. So we're off to turn 4 now. And nobody got the reserves in last move. It's the end of turn 4. The Americans actually got some shots in, and I think they hit somebody, but nothing happened. The aircraft didn't kill anybody. These guys down here picked off another observer team and lived to tell about it. And the British 75mm gun, actually their American guns, came on as reserves. They'll be shooting next turn. And I think I just heard the Germans rolled a successful reserve, and it looks like they're going to be bringing on Stooks, which is one of the favorite vehicles back in Ottawa. End of turn 5, not much happened. The Americans are moving towards the objective. For some reason, the SS platoon here got out of their trenches and attacked this British platoon in the center and raked them with machine gun fire, killing every last one of them. And the aircraft over here came in and took out a Nebelwerfer, and that's about all that happened in this turn. It's the end of turn 6. They put a smoke screen up there to mask off some of these half tracks. The Americans are getting close to the objective. They fired their mortars, 60mm mortars, and took out one of the 150mm guns. Reserves came on. Unfortunately, the 17-pounders came on down here, so they've got to start moving closer to the battlefield. 75mm guns are too far away to do anything, so they're moving as well. And we're just waiting to see what happens in the next turn with the Germans. the end of turn 6, of course, the Germans got all the reserves, came in at the center of the table, which is not good news for these Americans down here, but they're still hanging in. We smoked off this platoon here, and some artillery fire killed a recce section down here, but not much is going on. Hopefully the Allies will get all the reserves in the next move. At the end of turn 7, the Americans bazookaed a stug right there. Not much else happened except the British anti-tank are now starting to move because the reserves keep coming in at the wrong flank. And we'll hand it over for turn 8 to the Germans and see what happens. At the end of another turn, the Allies finally got all their reinforcements on, so they got an American platoon there. British engineers in there. They're going to get a little bit bold. They've moved their 6-pounders in jeeps to go up the road to try and get the far objective. If only to get something happening in this game. They brought the 17-pounders in here to cover them, and they're going to double up an infantry platoon to follow in behind the 6-pounders. Again, smoke over here. The last remnants of that American platoon are in the wheat field, and they still got some dug in there, but they're holding off the entire German company here, so they're not doing too bad. Another turn, the Americans are holding firm there. They're digging in on this objective. Our bold move at the center, we charged ahead with the 6-pounders. They dodged fire from the Nebelwerfers. However, the 150s killed half of them. They passed all their checks. Got really close to that objective. We used artillery to clear the recon troops that were on the objective, and they fled the field. So we've killed 2 German platoons, and the Germans have only killed 1 of ours, and we're going into the last move. So we called the game, it was a draw. The P-47s came in, 1 got shot down, and then he couldn't blow up the Panthers. We each lost 2 platoons, so we pretty much called it a draw, even though the Allies on foot advanced much further than the Germans did. And eventually down there, that 6-pounder took out a half-track and all the infantry in it in defensive fire, but that platoon was lost, so in the end it was a draw and each team lost 2 platoons, but of course the Allies I think did a little better with what they had.